guys, it's time for me to head over to the receiver and make my delivery. Yeah, I'm at the Flying J on the east side of San Antonio, Texas. There is more than one San Antonio, by the way. There's one in Florida, and I think there's one in Cali. Kind of. Anyway, yeah, I'm on the east end of San Antonio, Texas at the Flying J, getting ready to go make my delivery Sygma. That should be clear of the guy to my left. I'm going to hook to the right, so I've got to watch for the tail swing on the left side of me. Yeah, we're good. I'm clear of both those guys. JCT right here. Who's this? 3294. It's an older silver Kenworth. Probably a 2016 model. Probably do not know that driver. It won't be a very long trip to get over there from here. I just got to get on the 410 northbound, and then when it integrates with 35, when it integrates with 35, right after that, Redmond exit or whatever, I think it's Redmond, whatever, that exit there, which is the same one I used to get to the HEB distribution centers. Get off there and then just head across the other side of the freeway. And which way are you going? Great, so now I've got a whole bunch of trucks trying to come in at the same time that I'm trying to leave. No, I guess UPS is not. That UPS is not either. Okay, good. Right turn here to get onto, looks like we're clear over there. There's a truck there, but he's going really, really slow. Okay, then a right turn here onto the service road on the north side of the freeway. Can't tell where the limit line is. Can't even see it. On the off ramp, or on the other side of the service road, I mean, whatever. Alright, good. Try to stay left near the yellow fog line. Can't tell where the lines are at. It's so horribly painted. Give them a chance to go by me so I can get on safely, but it seemed like they were taking increasingly longer, and like they were backing off as well, and then they finally moved over. Alright, 410 Connolly Loop, exit 581 coming right up. So I could have just as well stayed on the service road after midnight local time right now. My appointment is scheduled for 1 a.m. From what I've heard from a friend, and also what I've seen on Google reviews, is this customer, they start letting you check in around midnight. I heard it can be a bit of a clusterfuck when you first, if you're there right at midnight. So I don't really care if I get there a little later. Not like I'm having anything going on after this anyway. So I get a door when I get a door, and I get out when I get out. Who cares? Like I said, I'm not going anywhere anyway. So don't care if I end up getting detained or whatever. For all I care, alright, go ahead. Detain me. I might get paid a little extra anyway. Alright, 35 north and 410 north. Be one of the first exits here once I'm on this section. Starting October 13th from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Utility work ahead. Okay. Riddiman Road, Space Center Drive, half mile. Riddiman is the one that I want. So, the very first exit after 410 connects, runs concurrently with 35 is where I'll be getting off. Big red. And the HEB distribution center is over here on the right side. I think I might have posted some YouTube footage of that one. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago I was over here delivering there either. Okay, so we'll end up getting to the end of the, get to the point where we'll make a left turn. 45 zone. Okay, I'm good then. There are two left turn lanes like there always are when I get up here to this interchange up here. I see flashing blue and red lights. Now normally, when there are flashing blue lights on a vehicle, and at least in California and pretty much any other state, it always means that it's a cop. Because at least in Cali, the only emergency service vehicles that have blue lights are cops, and then fire and EMS kind of vehicles only have red lights, and then maintenance kind of vehicles only have amber lights. But I noticed they're a little bit different here in Texas. Even the maintenance vehicles tend to have flashing red and blue lights. Alright, is this the correct lane? I hope it is. Now, there are usually two left turn lanes. I don't see any lane stripes or signs though, so okay, there are two left turn lanes. Now see, this truck here is in the wrong lane. This Trans Am driver is supposed to be in the lane I'm in, not the one he's in. Yeah, there's even a sign right there saying no trucks, right? The lane that he's in even says right there, no trucks. So, yeah, now he's over there, he's going to cause me a problem. I'm pretty sure of it. Oh, shit. There's a train coming. Blocking the left lane. I might as well go ahead and nobody can go anywhere anyway, so okay, there'll be a street right up here. I'll be turning the left on. receiver will be over here on the left side. So we're still clear. The Trans Am, they're reefer drivers too. If he's coming over here, there's a really good chance they're going to the same place I am. Is this my street right here? Fairdale. I don't know. Where's... Okay. Yeah. Figured I'll just follow Trans Am then. Obviously he's going the same place I am, and usually Trans Am drivers do have a lot of the same customers that I do. It's a little wide for this guy. Okay, now I'll have to find a place to park and get checked in. Can't tell if there's enough room over here. Might be a little bit too close to the driveway there, and so I'm kind of reluctant to park there. Okay, yeah, over by this soul food place right here to my left, it's one of the places you can work your way over to their lot. Oh, here we go. There's enough room here. I'd go ahead and park it right here in front of this guy. Looking for what my tandems get over there to the curb. Okay, and I'll go ahead and cut. Gotta run out of space here, I think. Alright, how about hard right. Just to be sure. I might have more room up there from him than I thought, but I don't take a chance. He's getting ready to leave anyway. He can pull out and then I can just go ahead and back up and take some of his space. Alright, this should be good. Off duty. Now I did end up PCing over here because, like I said, I'd already come over in this general area earlier. And I'm gonna get my bills and I gotta my arrival call. Anyway, yeah, because I basically went by here and already passed it earlier today, or on Monday, whatever you want to call it. So, basically what I would normally do would be PC over from the receiver to a nearby truck stop, and then let's see, 20 or 0017. Okay, anyway, yeah, since I went for my personal convenience to a nearby place after I've already logged the time getting here, then I just PC back over this way. Now, since it's still part of, I came over out of convenience on my own. I mean, I only left this, went past here out of convenience previously. And what is this? That's my washout receipts. Okay. Just gotta make sure I got all my bills, because I do have 2 sets of BOLs. Okay, good. Now, let's go find find this. Now it should be door 38. Wait there for this car to go by. I do see people trying to check in over there, trying to drive into the lot when they're not supposed to be. From my understanding, they even have signs over there saying don't park in the lot. Bath fitter. Alright. Now a couple of warehouses over here, but it's the one closer to the railroad tracks is the one I'm going to. The Lift Superstore, Texas. Alright, so it should be over by door 38 where the check-in is at. What is this? Riddiman West. Okay. You see Sygma trailers over here. So it's definitely their lot. Ah, okay. Yeah, now door 38 right there in front of us. That's where we'll be checking in. Let's see how. We'll shut off the feed recording here for a second. Alright. Wait for this truck to go by, which. Come on, dude. I can't. Alright. Where are you going, dude? Alright. So for those of you guys who are still working on developing your backing skills, my goal here, I want to get my tandems as close to the to the back end of my spot as I can. I guess he's parking there. Tractor out a little bit and then come back over. Oh, that's more than enough. Alright. Tracking a little bit toward the spot, so I'll have plenty of room over here with my tractor. Probably just went to the receiving office. Okay, a little bit of a turn, and I'm going to straighten back out. Just let the trailer do everything else by itself. I'm a little late there. Alright. Just judged how long it was going to take. So, create a little bit of articulation here, so it'll rotate a little more fast, a little more quickly when I have the there we go. The tandems are already next to the trailers, or past the front of the trailer, so there's no risk at all whatsoever of me hitting it. Nope. Check that out a little further. Hard towns are actually a little bit to the left of the line, so and I'm going to straighten it out, try to push the trailer straight back until my tandems are lined up with that yellow line. Pushing the trailer straight back. Now I'm going to cut to the right. Cut hard left now. Can't see the other side, so now don't disconnect. Disconnected. We'll pull away and go park it on the street. Come on. So the tractor doesn't seem to want to separate from the trailer, but now I finally got it. Alright. Should be good. All right. Anyway, that's sums up the procedure for getting here, at least checking in and showing up to make my delivery. And then see, I'm just parked here and wait for them to call me. And then after I'm done, I'll hook the trailer back up and probably head back over to Flying J. I'll have to get my trailer washed out also. But yeah, I'll plan on spending the whole day over probably at Flying J. Right, I ended up just coming right over here instead of showering. I'll just figure I'll shower in the morning or something. You know, maybe want to eat breakfast or whatever else. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll continue this video when when they've called me up and it's time to go hook back up the trailer and head back over to truck stop. All right. All right, guys. Load is done. Apparently, they tried to get a hold of me a couple hours ago, but I didn't hear the phone ring. Yeah, we'll put her back there. wake up from when they tried to call me the first time. What are you doing, dude? Damn it. I think I turned late because I had that in my hand. Drop airbags. Trailer and go get a washed out. There are a couple of blue beacons in the neighborhood. One by TA and one by the Flying J that I was at earlier. The one by Flying J looks like it's a little bit bigger than the other one, so I might, even though it's I might go ahead and use that one. To do it right now when it's early. It's almost 6 a.m. They called me over 2 hours ago though. Shame, shame, shame. I don't know why I didn't hear it. I must have been in a deep sleep when they tried to call me. I don't think having falling asleep having my Hulu on, I don't think that helped either. Be a matter of time here before I probably get a message from the from night shift dispatch. Planners will be in at 8 o'clock. Yeah, I know that. train tracks because they're directing traffic, so. But looks like I can. Yeah, there we go. Seemed to be working, but there were people directing traffic over there on the other side. Figure that one out. Train sitting right there, and the guy's sitting on the tracks. Of course, to be fair, the train is the railroad tracks are too close to the intersection. So I don't know how the guy's supposed to get to the limit line, whatever. Can't really get to the limit line, and then just even if he stays behind the tracks and stops. Can't guarantee that there won't be nobody coming by the time he gets to the intersection. Coming onto the transition road and you're trying to get onto one. Come beacon over here by Petrol. Kind of a pain in the butt ramp to get to anyway. Pretty good number of trucks parked over there at Pilot. A couple of tires replaced while I'm here too. I have a drive tire on my tractor that's getting worn, and then I have a flat spot. I remember I had a flat spot on one of my trailer tires as well. I could have gone over to the U-turn lane to get over to Blue Beacon, but that's alright. Through lane is still green. Left turn lane over on the other side just went from green to red. Or actually from protected to unprotected. Come on, four-wheeler. My tandems are going to track into your lane, so there we go. Yeah, might as well come on over. Okay, I have a protected green. I'd like to go to the Flying J, but I need to get my trailer washed out. Right now is the most convenient time to do it. washout only, left lane. Alright. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I came over here is because I don't think I've washed out at either of these locations, but looking at a satellite view of both buildings or facilities, this one looked like it was bigger and more likely to have a washout lane. That's why I decided to come here. I don't know if the one over by Petro has one. I think last time I was here, the washout lane's closed anyway. What, they opening the washout lane now? Guess so. Yep. Get over here early so when I get my tandems to track back over here. Honestly, I could probably use a truck wash, but it's alright. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, go for it. Yeah, in reality, my tractor needs a wash too, but I'll wait. Stop and spend my break at the pilot because all they have there is Subway, and yeah, I'm not trying to hear that. So I will come down the service road to where the pilot and Petro are at and cross over and come back up the other side and come back over to Flying J because one, I will want a shower. Two, I don't mind eating. I could always eat at Denny's. Wait on all that. I might have a little bit of difficulty getting on this road because it might be an endless sea of traffic, especially during a commute time like this. Go now. Come on. Great time to be freaking miss shifting, jackass. figuring out where I'm at in relation to the lane stripes, dumbass. Turnaround lane is closed, it looks like, so yeah. Petrol. I'm gonna want a shower though, and I'd have to pay for a shower here. And I think that Flying J was good enough anyway. So park it and go have me some breakfast and come back and wrap up. Extra miles were self-induced because I elected to use the Flying, the blue beacon by Flying J, not the one by Petrol, but that's all right. As you saw, I got out of there. Didn't take long at all to get out of there. Or to get into there and get work to get my trailer serviced, whatever. Turn with the four-wheeler in the adjacent lane if I can avoid it. Thankfully, it was late enough where it was just the one coming up, and because they aren't aware, sometimes they aren't aware enough of what goes on with my trailer, and they have no idea that my trailer is going to track into their lane. So it's better to just be extra cautious and assume that they're not going to. Assume that they're not going to pay attention to what my trailer is going to do or where it needs to go. Some of these people I guess, you can tell are local and they have experience with seeing trucks and trailers track like that and they'll wait. But others, yeah, they'll sometimes be in a little trance or whatever, or just not care, be completely oblivious. Sea of cars coming down toward the freeway. It's not the ideal time of day to be dealing with traffic, of course. And then you got these dumbasses want to block the intersection. Trying to see if Everett needs my lane. That's why I came out this way, because I was pretty sure he was going to want to use part of my lane to make his turn. And I can't go yet. Oh, now I can. Okay. We'll need fuel, but I'm not gonna go on duty just to get fuel. So, and I have to be on duty if I get fuel. We'll go through the fuel line though. It's a more direct route to the lane I need to get over there. Again, I do not do back-to-back parking spots if I don't need to, so I'm gonna go for one of the end spots, whether it's this row here, like circle back around, or it doesn't really matter. If I find a spot over here in the line, yeah, there's a spot right over here in the same row where right in front of us. I'm gonna make this into a good straight back setup, so I'm going to do this way. I'd rather turn side, plus, yeah. Might have been just as easy to, because it's tandem placement is where my main concern is with which way to turn, whether I should turn blind side or side. Yeah. Wrong angle. Good placement, but wrong angle. Alright. Now we're lined right up. Now the CDL school fundamental of steer toward the problem can be used. That's one of the only things that they teach in CDL school backings that is applicable in the real world. Even then, I still don't really follow it. It depends on if my tandems are where I want them to be or if I need to move them. So what I mean by that with the steer toward the problem thing they teach in CDL school, that only applies when your tractor and trailer are already lined up perfectly with the center of the spot. Now, if your tandems are tracking, let's just say, or if your trailer's pointing at an angle to the spot, I wouldn't use it. Just remember, your trailer will will go straight only when you can see both sides of the trailer. If you can look in both your left and right mirrors and see the sides of your trailer, you're good. Your trailer will go exactly straight. If it gets at all to a point where you cannot see one side of the trailer is going to rotate toward the side that you can see. That you are able to see, just to make sure it comes through clearly there. And also, when I'm coming back in a straight back kind of scenario, if my tandems are not perfectly centered in the spot, I will use my drive tires, move my drive tires to the left or the right of the tandems to get the tandems to track the way I want to. So if my tandems are too far to the left, I'll move my tractor so my drive tires will go further to the left than the tandems, and then that way it'll create a trailer angle that'll cause my tandems to, the trailer will come into the spot at an angle that'll cause the tandems to go track a little more to the right. So So in another, like I was talking about before in another video, like, let's just say if I'm coming in straight back and my tandems are about, I don't know, like 6 inches away from the line on the left side, but I want them to be a foot and a half, like right in the middle of the lane. They're actually just a little over a foot and a half if it's a 12-foot wide lane. Then what I'll do is I'll make a left turn, or I'll steer slightly left, not very much. That quarter turn left thing that they teach in school is very applicable there. Just enough to get the tractor off tracking from the trailer in that direction. And what it does is cause my drive tires to move further to the left from the trailer. And then once I have it moving further to the left, then I can steer back to the right with a little bit of right turn, just a little bit, maybe a quarter, half turn right, to chase the trailer back down. And then just push the trailer straight back with the trailer at an angle until I get the tandems where I want them. Then I'll steer right again to track my drive tires back over to basically to chase down the center of the lane, and then final left turn to square back up with the trailer. So hopefully that should be some useful help for some of you guys. Because like I say, the maneuvers they teach in CDL school for backings, they are not, to me, I don't think they're remotely applicable or practical in the real world. That part, the straight back part of it is, yeah, that can be useful, but only if you're already in that situation. Most of you who are going to go through CDL schools don't have to do the 90-degree alley dock procedure. Now, if you get your CDL in California, you will have to, or at least you'll have to be taught it. Won't necessarily test on it. And the reason why is because the California DMV, CDL schools, regardless, they set their lesson criteria or lesson plan, whatever, based on what the DMV testing requirement is. So, yeah, because their main focus is just getting that CDL in your hand, and that's it. And then once you have the CDL, then the idea is to go through a training process to learn how to really be a truck driver after that. So, it's CDL is one thing, but there are things that you won't. Obviously you'll have to learn on the real world scenario, or in the real world with the real driver. This guy going for a reserve spot, I guess. But anyway, for those of you who haven't been through CDL school yet, they'll teach you at all the schools, no matter what state, the parallel parking, which it's not a practical way to do it. We do sometimes parallel park in the real world, but I've never done a parallel park in the way that they teach it in school. There's a completely different way of doing it. I'll do some instruction on that later on, because I do parallel park all the time when I go home. So then let's see. Now again, that's another can of worms. Now next one they also do is what's called an offset backing. Again, I don't consider that a practical way. They only teach it that way because, again, the DMV wants you to test that way. So that's all they're trying to teach you. And then, of course, they do the straight back. So those are the three that you're going to get at every CDL school, no matter where you're at. Now, if you're in California, and I don't know, might be some select other states, but I know California is one of the only ones I can think of that does it. They also have a 90-degree alley dock requirement. They don't require all of everybody testing to do it. What they do is they'll have half the people do the parallel parking, and the other half do the 90-degree alley dock. So, in my opinion, the 90-degree alley dock is the more, at least more practical, because you actually have to know how to control this, actually control the steering. Now the problem is with most people when they do that test or that part, or they're learning that part, they always learn that it's always max steering or max steering or none at all because of the other maneuvers. No, it doesn't work that way. When you set up on the 90-degree alley dock, if you are going to a CDL school in Cali or another state where they actually teach it, basically you set up where you're about 10 feet out and 10 feet over from the spot you're trying to go towards. So by the time you're set up, you'd be set up almost a full spot over, almost a full spot past the spot you're trying to back into. Now, the way everybody tries to do the maneuver when they first start out is they'll go max right, and then they'll start backing up, and then they'll wait till until the tractor's already in a jackknife position. But the problem is now the trailer's no longer rotating, no longer rolling when that happens. It's just rotating. So, and by then the tandems have not actually made it to the spot. So they have not made it to the center of the spot yet. So what happens is now the tandems never get a chance to make it over to the spot, and then they go max left steering. So they chase the trailer back down, and then it ends up back in the straight back situation, but the trailer is still at an angle. So that's one where it really takes practice to learn or to understand the physics of what makes the trailer do what. The steering itself doesn't actually make the trailer do anything. The steering only makes the tractor rotate to a certain position relative to the trailer. The tractor's position relative to the trailer is what makes the trailer rotate or roll at different degrees. So, like I said, if you see both sides of your trailer's only going to roll. It's not going to rotate. And if you're at a 90-degree angle from the trailer, it's only going to rotate. It's not going to roll. And when you're anywhere in between the two, you're going to get some degree of both. And also if you're if you get past 90 degrees, where you're almost ready to hit your cab extenders on the side of your, on the sides of your your sleeper or tractor, whatever you're using. It could be the back of your cab itself, whatever. Depending on if you're training in a day cab or a sleeper. Anyway, if you go past 90 degrees, the trailer is actually going to roll the opposite direction of what your tractor's rolling. So if your tractor is rolling backward, your trailer will roll forward. Or if you're rolling forward and you get in that position, your trailer is actually going to track backward. So that's something you got to watch for. You'll know that if your trailer tires are moving in the opposite direction of your tractor tires, you should probably stop doing what you're doing. If you're backing up, you need to put some harder steer in there to chase the trailer a little bit, or if you're going forward, to stop steering. But anyway, still on the subject of this 90-degree backing though. Normally, if you're going through CDL school and you're getting taught this, the better thing to do is go max right and then start coming back. And then when your tractor gets to about roughly a 45 or so degree angle from the trailer, switch your steering back to where you have some left, not max left, but some. And then try to keep that 45, basically 45 degree angle from the tractor to the trailer, and just let the trailer roll. And then you can use, if your trailer's rotating too fast toward the side of your spot, put more left turn in. If it's not rotating fast enough, take some of the left turn out, but don't take the left turn completely out. Or if you do, just go straight. Don't put right steering in. Now you'll see the way I do my backings all the time when I do these videos, especially when I have the picture-in-picture view like I just did with this line when I came in here yesterday. That can be very useful because you can see basically the way the tractor is rotating itself. Sometimes it'll rotate left faster, sometimes it'll rotate left slower, or sometimes it's not rotating at all. You usually won't see me steering right at all though. That's what I call good steering fundamentals when you're backing. Alright, so there are people who will steer right when they're backing, but generally I call it a bad habit. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, you can get away with it at a lot of places, but there are some other places where you cannot possibly steer right. Where you absolutely have to let the trailer do its own work. Now, I have some videos in the past that are set up like that, where I'm in the street backing into backing into a door right off of a 2-lane street, and the only option is to just let the trailer do all the work. You don't see me steering right, and that's why I use this fundamental, because you might need to use these fundamentals some point in time when you have a backing like that. You can't get away with steering right in a situation like that, and you need to have a good setup for those kind of situations. So the more you have the good fundamentals, the easier time you're going to have with those kind of backings. All right. I say a wider lane like this, you can get away with these steering right. But most of the time, if you have to steer right, to me, your setup's messed up in the first place. If you have to do that, figure out ways that you can make your setup better. You don't necessarily have to fix it right there. Just make it a practice thing. This time around, okay, you have to steer right, but next time around, you get a similar type of lane to set up in. Maybe try doing something different. Because if you have to steer right, it's probably because you started out too far toward the blind side of your spot. All right, so either do the same thing, but start your setup turn later than you did the previous time, or pick a target that's not so far to the right across the lane from you. And either one of those can get your trailer to track a little further down the lane before you finish your setup, and then you can hopefully be in a position where the trailer will track just nicely into the spot. As you saw with this yesterday, where the trailer tracked really nicely. Now I'm aiming the trailer at a spot in front of the hole, not in it. So just imagine trying to put a cone about 5-10 feet in front of your opening that you're going for. Put a cone in front of there, and then try to rotate it in front of without hitting the cone. And that way it'll get your trailer to rotate into the spot. Starts going in between the two trucks next to you at already a much better angle. And then it also forces you to pay more attention to where your tandems are, or make sure they're more toward the center of the spot before you even start getting the back of your trailer in there in between the two trucks. All right, well, that's hopefully that should help you guys out to some, at least some. Again, like I say, just keep watching my backing videos if you guys are mainly watching my videos for the backing stuff. Otherwise, I know some of you guys are non-truckers, don't plan on being truckers, and are just kind of interested in some of the insights that we have, or just whatever. So maybe living vicariously through us or whatever. So whatever the case, I appreciate any of you guys taking the time to watch this, whatever your reason for it is. All right, and whether you're family and friend just seeing what's going on with me, whether you're like I say, a non-trucker who's just interested in seeing what the world is like through a trucker's eyes, or if you're wanting to be a trucker, or just starting out, and just trying to learn stuff. All of it's good. So that's what I'm focused on here. All right, well, that's all. I'm gonna run inside and get me some breakfast, and then come back out and start get my other. I think I have a video I still need to post, so I'm gonna get that going. All right, thanks for watching, guys.